a new player starting out, the upside for going and harassing and attacking them is pretty low, and then you're going to have a lot of people after you. And that would be like in the safe areas. But then, in the areas that don't have the law and order, anything goes, and there's a bunch of items and equipment that you want to get out there. So it's sort of, the game hopefully is going to encouraging people as they feel better and stronger, that they may venture out and go into more lawless areas that is a little more risky. But then they have some benefit from going there and getting some things that they may not be able to get in the sort of center plan. So my hope is that we'll have both camps of players can play in it, and they can both feel safe in their kind of world of Cocoon, and it also will enable them to maybe dip their toe in the other side of it. And that, I think, for me, that would be what I would want in the game.
Fantastic. It sounds good. So you mentioned, and if there's Empire space, I understand that's kind of the similar area to where, the new guys are going to be starting. And you have incentivization to get out of that area into the 0-0 in Eve terms, or whatever, you're going to call it in this, more lawless space. Are you going to be able to make a living in that new area, or the new people area, or do you have to go out to the low security stuff?
No, I think you'll be able to be where you can make a living in any of the areas. It's all just going to be risk reward. It's like if you want to be doing, trading runs, shipping goods, doing some stuff that you can do it all in the, pretty secure UEE space, make money, go about your business. It's kind of like I said, it's like there's everything in the world. There's places you get paid more to go and do more dangerous missions. So there'll be at some point someone will want to be taking on a more dangerous mission because they'll have a bigger payday, but then the risk of that comes that they may be going into pirate space, or they're get a higher chance of getting attacked. So my model is that the game should have play for all the various groups, and we should have a big enough community that you have it, because in the real world here there's an ecosystem, right? There's people that just are a shopkeeper, and then there's people that are the police, and there's in the armed services protecting America, or everywhere else around the world.
America.
United States of America. But I just think and I think that the player base is going to be people that want to do all these different roles, and I want the game to provide those roles for them.
Okay.
My model is the real world, so that's why we have all these things like insurance and it's all these things that you would have in the real world, and then we have the risk reward system. So that's kind of my model. Anyway, you had also a question.
I had a quick question since you were talking about the instancing system, the dynamic matchmaking. Well, that's actually I know a lot of that system is still in the but there is a lot of, I guess, concerns and questions forums and participating relates as to, I guess most of it is just speculation on how the instancing actually works. Some people are saying, the matchmaking system only kicks in during random combat encounters. I'm like, no, because everything in Star Citizen is instance. So let's say you tag someone, say a POI, in like I guess a persistent instance, like during planetary orbit or something. But let's say I tag this person, I want to initiate combat with him. I'm assuming you can't just randomly attack people in like a instance. Like, do you get dragged into a combat instance if you choose to engage someone?
Okay. So the way the system works is every player on the clan has their own worldview, their space, and then what the server's doing is determining what other players that it sees around the galaxy or NPCs is streaming into your worldview. You fly. So for you never go. You're always in one instance. It's just all the server's doing is determining, okay, well, you, and you, and you, and you, I think you're all going to be together because you're friends, or you're enemies, or you've tagged it as a point of interest, or whatever, and it will put you in, it will make sure that you're all connected, and so on your instance, everyone else will suddenly be in that instance, and that will continue until you go far enough apart that the people will break up.
Oh yeah, but there are technical limitations to like how many ships. And So for example, like let's say a planetary orbit instance is usually pretty busy because you got all these travelers who are just coming to and fro. They have nothing to do with your business.
So we don't know. So basically, that's part of why we're doing the dogfighting module is to